some new Makeup Forever for you today, which I'm super excited to talk about. Makeup Forever is a definite makeup artist-based brand, but they really had some hot releases for a few years and then kind of got quiet, and it's really nice to see them back. One thing they're coming back with big time is a staple for the brand, and that is the HD Skin kind of palettes that they make, like face palettes. This one that we're going to look at today is the brand new limited edition HD Skin Blush and Glow Longwear Cream Face Palette. It is $88, which is, I know, pricey, but wait till you see what you get. This radiant / natural finish of blush and highlighters that can be layered, used individually, used all together like a slushy mix. We are going to do that today. We're going to do a few different things with it. Plus, you know me. If you say face palette, I am like all in. And when I mean all in, I mean eyes, I mean lips. I am wearing this thing all over my face. Challenge accepted, Makeup Forever. So we are going to see that today. And we are also going to see our HD Skin Concealer Smooth and Blur. You're going to say, Rebecca, that HD Smooth and Blur Concealer has been around forever. Yes, 37 shades of it, as a matter of fact. But for $31, they have added in 5 new color corrector shades. So we are going to play with that in the demo as well. I'm going to show you how to wear it. We're going to learn all about that today with me, Rebecca. I am a fashion and beauty editor or journalist in print for over 20 years. But geez, a lot of magazines being read anymore. People always say to me, I read magazines. I'm glad you do, but most people don't anymore. So I have brought a digital live version of a beauty magazine here to YouTube, and I am so glad to have you here. All of these products that we speak about today will be down below in the description bar for you to look at, purchase, or peruse, and where I can up here on YouTube Shopping, so you can click away on screen and even have the video going while you do that. Make sure you also check our description bar for information. We have a great Facebook group going. It is free. We talk on there back and forth. I get a lot of ideas from watching and reading those comments about what products you're interested, what you like to see, and I like to lurk and see the conversation go back and forth. The lovely Helen is running that, and she's killing it over there. We do have a membership group here with weekly lives on YouTube, and there's information below. Please follow me over on Instagram, TikTok, Threads, Super Thanks, all that good stuff. Okay, I want to show you. We're going to go to the demo because this is really demo heavy today, but I'm going to mix this with a foundation. We're going to have a lot of fun and with the face palette too, but I want to do some ingredients and some swatches. So here, first of all, are the ingredients, and boy, oh boy, I admit, you are going to have to enlarge and pause. That is the concealer shade, the color corrector shade above the HD Skin Blush and Glow Longwear Cream Face Palette. Woo, that's a mouthful. So pause that, enlarge it, in case you need to look for suspicious ingredients that make you break out or give you migraines. There's no scent or anything or fragrance to these, thankfully. And let's talk about some swatches. I don't have a swatch of the color corrector. You're going to see that on my face. A little orange for me, but I'm wearing it now, and I don't look orange, I hope. You can let me know. Okay, let's look at least we're going to look at the shades here in our brand new HD Skin Blush and Glow Longwear Cream Face Palette. Here they are in studio lighting. It's a little bit hard to see. Don't worry, we're going to take it outside in a moment. But there's all the shades. And you can see towards my wrist, it starts getting a bit shiny with not as much color. That's as it kind of goes from blush to highlight. But all of these shades are kind of dewy, like a natural dewiness. They're not shiny so much. Well, I'll let you see for yourself. We're going to take it outside into the warm California sunshine. I actually did these swatches in the morning when it was still a tad bit overcast, but you can see them really, really well. And you've got every shade in there that works for blush, highlight, a blush topper, and it's all really creamy and applies really nicely. Look, Makeup Forever definitely has a hit on their hands with these palettes, these face palettes, and that's why they do so many of them. But this one is limited edition, and yes, it's $88, but you do get a lot of bang for your buck. A lot of squid for your quid, a lot of A lot of Duro for your Euro. I don't know. I obviously need help with my rhyming skills. You know, you're welcome to make some suggestions down below. And now I want to go to the demo because, like I said, this is really demo heavy. Do make sure that you are subscribed and LFG. I'm really excited to take a look at the HD Skin concealer in the corrective shades. And I bought the corrective shade for medium skin, but I like this kind of peachy shade. And I'll tell you why. I'm a lazy bee, and what I tend to do is just wear it and then put foundation over it, and then that I don't conceal after that. Let me explain. I mean, first of all, generally, if I were doing like a full beat, I would do color corrector, foundation, and then concealer. But if the color corrector is this kind of peachy shade, I mean, not like a dark orange that I have to conceal the color corrector, then I'll leave it as is. So, I mean, let's see. I brought over two things. I have this corrector in 0.2. It's kind of for medium skin. I'm light medium, but I think this is generally the shade I like to correct with. And then I have the Makeup Forever HD Skin Hydra Skin Foundation. So let's kind of see how they work together. Now, not to bore you, use timestamps, but you guys know what I'm working with here. The reason I need concealer is really the reason I need color corrector. I have dark, sunken in, tired, what are you going to do? Eyes, okay? So I have what I like to call, sing it if you know it, my dark pits of despair. They have their own theme song. And this is why I need it. It's just dark and sunken. And I also have little spots of hyperpigmentation. And sometimes little blemishes or just discoloration. But because it's discoloration and such, I do better with a color corrector than even with a concealer, to be honest. Okay, so let's put some on and let's just let it sit a little bit. And I actually have a little blemish right here too. What wonderful timing. So I'm going to put this on just on this side of the face because that's where I have the blemish. And I'm going to let it kind of sit. The reason being, and this is a little bit darker apricot shade than I usually go, so we'll see. I mean, I might have to use a concealer. I probably should have gone maybe one shade a little bit lighter. I don't know. But this will color correct for sure. It will color correct. If it's looking too orange, and if we can see it after I put on the foundation, then we'll need to change things up a little bit. But I've let it kind of sit for a moment. Now, as I always say, that's much more important when you're covering a blemish than anything else. But sometimes when it just kind of oxidizes, sits in the air for just a little bit, it's kind of easier. And I'm just going to kind of tap this in. The idea being that I'm not spreading or brushing it away, right? Okay. And we are, now I will tell you right now, I can't just put this on and leave it, because it will be a little bit of a rosier tone. But hopefully, now on my eyelid I'll spread it, but everywhere else, you know, I'm just going to kind of tap it in. And let's see, you are going to see a little bit of orange, because like I said, this is for medium skin. So don't worry about the orange right now. We'll take care of that. We'll even conceal it if we have to. Don't worry about that. Trust the process. The question is, has it helped with what I call the dark pits of despair? So let's start with this side, which has no corrector, in fact, nothing on it at all. And then this side, which has now been corrected. Look all over the face too, because I have a little bit of ruddiness. Not a point of pride, right? Okay, so you are seeing a little bit of orange, but I mean, really compare this deep darkness, tiredness to this side. Yes, it's been replaced with orange, but you know what I mean. Okay, I'm going to do the other side, and I'll speed it up, and then we'll come back, and together we'll put foundation over it and see if it covers, okay? Okay, so on the eyelids, I went ahead and just kind of smoothed it over, because sometimes my eyelids can be a bit discolored too, and frankly, it's probably from all the eyeshadow I try on, to be honest. I don't even know. I think it might be a stain, but anyway, okay. So everywhere else, I just kind of tap it in so that I'm not brushing it away as I apply it, and some people use a sponge for that. Now, when the shade of the color corrector is a little bit more for my skin tone, a little bit of a lighter apricot, I can kind of leave it be. This is a bit Oompa Loompa orange, okay? In fact, if you're skipping around this video, you're probably like, what is that woman doing? I'm aware, it's a color corrector. All right, so let's go ahead and put my shade of the Makeup Forever on here. This is 1N14, and let's just see what we think. I've been using Sonia G Fusion brushes here. Let's just put this on over this side of the face. The idea being that now we cover up that orange, and I don't need to add a concealer, but I could if I wanted to. And that would certainly give me extra coverage if I was having a particularly bad skin day. And I'm kind of trying to pat this in too, although really I'm not disturbing anything underneath. Okay, so it looks like, put a lot of this on, I don't know what I was thinking. It looks like I am definitely covering up that orange cast, which is nice to know. Okay, and I'm just going to kind of use the warmth of my hand to kind of pat this in, and then we'll compare sides. Okay. All right, so definitely that orange color corrector color is corrected. That was a tongue twister. You know what I mean. Okay, so now we have the side. I could, if I wanted to, go ahead and add concealer over the top. And there's nothing stopping you from doing that. Nothing's stopping me either. It's just sheer old laziness. All right, let me do this side of the face, and then I'll come back a little less orange. Okay, and of course you have to pick the shade of the color corrector that's best for you. There are 5 shades. I went a tad bit dark, but I'm actually not regretting it because now that I put foundation over it, it's color corrected and it's easy. And like I said, I could add concealer if I wanted to. Now I'm going to go off camera for a moment and wash my hands. Everyone always asks me, do you wash your hands after you touch your face? Oh no, am I supposed to? Yes, I'm going to go wash my hands now and then maybe do my brows, and then I'll come back and we can play with our HD Skin Blush and Glow Longwear Cream Face Palette. So stay right there. Complexion is totally done, and we are certainly at risk of making a mess on my face, but you know that has never stopped me. You know, it doesn't say, it's not like we need permission. It doesn't say anything about how this is great for the lips, but let's try it because, okay, let's see. So what about this kind of red shade? Kind of a burgundy? I mean, why not? It's pretty, right? I think it needs a gloss over it. I can tell you already. It's not uncomfortable. It's just not like super lipsticky. That's why it doesn't say to put it on your lips. And keep in mind, I mean, it doesn't say, I haven't seen any FDA warnings not to, you know, some certain, our lips are very sensitive, but I'm up here taking risks. Yeah, it doesn't really feel like a lip. It's not bad. You know, like if this were in your bag and you're like, oh shoot, you know, because you got to see someone and you need a little color, it'd be great. Let me grab a lip gloss. Let's put a gloss. This is the now infamous Clarins shade that I kept ordering in black and they kept replacing with clear. So we'll use it today. It's kind of a pearly clear. Lip oil. Yeah, definitely not a lip product. Not the Clarins, but the Makeup Forever. But, you know, in a pinch. You know, most of us have a lip gloss or lip oil somewhere at the bottom of our bags, right? And if this were in your bag, yeah, I mean, not bad, right? Not bad. Okay, let's do it on the face. I don't really think it's for that, though. I would, if I were at home and had my whole arsenal available, I'm not sure I would do that. Okay, so let's make a little bit of a mess. I brought over a bunch of Merit brushes. So we can mix. You saw these swatched, so you know what they look like individually. And I don't feel that I need to put them individually necessarily onto the cheeks, because if you get one, you're going to get all of them, and mixing is a lot more fun. I used the example in another video I did about kind of going through like it's a fountain drink selection at a convenience store. So let's do that again. If you missed that video, what I was saying is, You know, I did this when I was younger, especially with my brothers. It was kind of more of a male thing to do. But you would take that drink cup at the convenience store, put some ice in it, and then just go under all of the soda flavors or slushy flavors. People were saying they did it with slushies. So I'm doing that with blush because that is my favorite. I just want a pretty blush here. And these have a really nice sheen to them because they are cream products, but also just because they have that sheen. Oh, that's pretty. It's just kind of a flush. To me, this kind of a palette is good for two things. Either absolutely cherry picking, so I want an apricot shade, or what I just did, just completely mixing it and even putting some across the bridge of the nose. I don't have any bronzer on or anything right now. I was just trying to show you these colors on the nose and here. I want to look at the highlighter too, but I mean, even taking something, one shade, and like putting it onto the eyes just a little bit. Where was I? There we go. Just like that, just onto the eyelids. So we've used this all over the face. Remember, in my world, everything is an entire face palette, even if it's not supposed to be. And then we have, I'm going to use my brush in here. This is that completely clear shade. I'm just going to put that over the eyes too. And then this shade maybe here in the inner corner, just to bring a little bit of light. So I'm using this on the eyes too. And then I'm going to go in like that and just kind of tap over. So now we have a little bit of highlighter there. Ooh. The thing about these, and I think the reason that these palettes sell well, let's go down into this one here, is that they really make for a very pretty kind of glowing face. There is a makeup look. I can present myself to the world now and feel really good about it with this palette. It's super compact, travels really well because the case is really nice, but it's not too heavy. And you could pull this out. You can use even your fingers and no brush and make yourself look very presentable very quickly. Great for the gym, great for quick home use. Throw it in your desk at the office, that kind of thing. And I think it just performs really, really well. It has a very nice dewiness to it without being a detriment to oilier skin types. You know, you could wear this even if you had oily skin, because as long as you treat your complexion the right way, you're good. And it doesn't exacerbate or really emphasize texture. Being a little bit of dewy shades, it certainly doesn't de-emphasize texture, but there's a difference between de-emphasizing it and emphasizing it, right? So yeah, it doesn't de-emphasize texture, but it's not making my pores bigger or looking like craters, and there are products that do that. Nor is it bad for someone with oily skin. It's just a really dewy, kind of not too dewy, natural finish. Another winner for them. This one's limited edition. These things come and go quickly, and Makeup Forever is making them and making them and making them because they definitely have a hit on their hands. It's very, very convenient and very, very pretty. So I like that a lot. That's my final thoughts on that. As a lip shade, not so much, but with a lip oil or a gloss over it in a pinch, works. Definitely lip shade, lip shade adjacent, whatever you call it. Okay, in terms of the HD Skin Concealer brand new shade adjustment or corrector shades, of which we have 1 of 5 here, I think that's working beautifully. Again, beautiful under foundation. If you are doing a no makeup look, you could wear it just under concealer. Might start looking a bit orange on you. Depends what shade you choose. Depends on your skin tone. There are 5 shades to choose from. My preferred lazy girl method is to put it on and then cover it up with, your foundation of choice. I used Makeup Forever because this is a Makeup Forever video, but you do you. I think it covered it well. I don't feel that I'm looking orange, and I think it's a nice skin day look for me. And I'm not really having that great of a skin day. I even have a blemish here and these dark pits of despair, and it's all covered up. So all in all, really good. And it's nice to see Makeup Forever in their glory. They had so many years where they were such a big deal, and then quite a few years where it felt like they weren't as relevant anymore. So it's kind of exciting because they are definitely a makeup artist brand. So it's really kind of fun to see them coming back. And, kudos to them. These palettes are great. This is one of my favorite ones in a while, actually, but there's all sorts of them. There's other, generally they're face palettes, so no wonder I like them, right? So yeah, good stuff. But this is not just about me blabbing up here and yapping away. This is about community. So please tell me your thoughts. Did you try any of these HD Skin palettes, this one or any of the others? There's even some little mini ones out there. And did you try their color corrector, or what do you think of the concealer version of this? I have so many questions, and I am definitely listening to your answers. I'm finding sometimes I have trouble seeing replies to my replies. So if you have two things, or you want to reply to my reply, do it as a new comment. Maybe it looks like I'm guaranteed to see that a little bit more easily, frankly. All right, let me know your thoughts down below. Make sure that you share and like. And the greatest compliment that you can give to me is to subscribe, as that helps my channel grow. And I look forward to seeing all of you in the next video. Bye-bye.